After millions of words of testimony, thousands of documents and articles, and with 10 months of analyzing the available information, the Commission has concluded, among other things, that, with no conspiracy of any kind, Lee Harvey Oswald alone was responsible for the wounding of Governor Connolly and for the killing of the patrolman and the President.
And with reenactments like this, the Commission concluded that the assassination shots were fired by Oswald from this 6th floor location. Some trees obscure the view. The first shot would have been fired when the presidential car was right about here. Ballistics experts checked and rechecked their conclusions about the flight paths of the bullets. A model was marked to indicate the wounds of the president. Another model sat in with the actual suit jacket worn by Governor Connolly last November. The torn fabric where the wounding bullet pierced is circled with chalk. Members of the Commission attended reenactments in Dallas, including the chairman, Earl Warren, Chief Justice of the United States.
The Commission report has been accepted by many as thorough, exhaustive, and final, but not by all.
The Commission report is just the case for the prosecution, a sophisticated restatement of the Dallas police charges. Oswald was not permitted representation by counsel nor an open trial because the Commission said he was not being tried. He was not tried, just convicted, and convicted in the absence of evidence which established guilt.
Mr. Lane, as early as last January, even before you were appointed counsel for Mrs. Oswald, you were trying to establish a case for the appointment of a defense counsel before the Warren Commission. Have you made, in effect for the last year, a career of this case and of your opposition to the Commission?
My opposition is not to the Commission, but to the failure to permit Oswald to be represented by counsel, and my opposition is to the findings of the Commission based upon a total lack of evidence. The Commission has reached a conclusion.
Has this been a full-time occupation for you since shortly after the assassination?
Well, I would say in the last 6 months I have given up my law practice. I am now serving as the chairman of the Citizens Committee of Inquiry, and our investigation is continuing now in Dallas.
Mr. Lane, the Warren Commission got 30,000 pages of transcripts from some 26,000 interviews conducted by the FBI and the Secret Service. Pardon me, it conducted more than 500 interviews itself. It's a commission composed of 7 well-known and presumably responsible men. On what ground do you expect the public to take your charges seriously over theirs with the limited resources you've had for investigation?
Well, the Gallup poll indicated some 10 days after the assassination, when the government was insisting that the Oswald was the lone assassin, that the majority of the American people did not believe the government case then. Perhaps the Gallup poll would indicate that at the present time, there are still many who doubt the government case.
Why? On emotional grounds or on the grounds that they've seen all the evidence and they've been able to make a lucid decision?
I'm an attorney. I've tried criminal cases for many years. I don't function in the area of emotion. The fact is that a number of important witnesses have not been called by the Commission. The New York Times referred to the Commission report as the most massive detective job in the history of the world. It may well be. 25,000 interviews conducted by the FBI. But they failed to call an eyewitness to the Tippit killing. They failed to call the ambulance driver who actually came on the scene moments after Tippit was killed. The assistant ambulance driver, the couple that called the ambulance, 4 persons standing on the grassy knoll who testified or wanted to testify, the shots came from behind them. A whole slew of witnesses. When a witness had something to offer which was inconsistent with the preconceived position of the Dallas police that Oswald was a lone assassin, the witness was not called.
Did you provide the Commission, sir, with all of this information?
I most certainly did.
And so that the Commission, according to you, knew exactly whom to call. You supplied them with names and facts and figures.
Not only did I, sir, but 4 eyewitnesses to the assassination were employed by the Dallas Morning News. They wrote a feature story on page 3 of the Dallas Morning News telling about what they had seen, totally inconsistent with the shots having come from the book depository building. They were never called by the Commission.
Do you, sir, wish us to believe, really, that after three-quarters of a year of investigation and all that has gone into it, that your information is more accurate than the information which has been obtained by the Commission?
Sir, for 12 years, which is longer than 8 months, the government of France said that Captain Dreyfus was guilty of treason.